So, you've waited long enough and patiently enough. I thought I'd give you a quick look at what the thing. I mean, the blade still needs repolished. I told you I was going to be doing that and a few other things, but this gives you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's done. This handle, um, it's hard to capture on video. Somebody said it looked like jewelry, and it really does. You can't see the depth. Like, this figure in the bog oak almost looks like it's below, like way below the surface in hand. And I left some of the natural grain that's really hard to get out of the bog oak. You can see it there. You can see some there. Actually, I think it's impossible to get out of the bog oak, to tell you the truth. It just, every time you polish it a little more, you end up, it's just there. But I've left a few spots purposely a little bit rough. It's kind of hard to explain. I think it looks more beautiful that way, like this. You can't sand that out. It's just part of the wood. But I'm glad. If it were too shiny, I don't think you'd actually, like, this is grain. You can't feel that. You can see from the, you can't feel it. It's just there. But yeah, the mammoth tooth turned out far better than I expected. I mean, I knew it would be pretty, but until it got up to about 1200 grit, it really started showing up. And then after buffing and whatnot, it just became dramatically colorful. And the little crystals, let me see if I can get it to focus. Nope. There you go. The little crystals in this, they just, they look like little geodes almost inside the mammoth tooth, and those weren't there at all until I polished it and buffed it. I'm still going to do a little bit more work to the handle just to get a little, see if I can get a little more out of it. But honestly, it's, you can see, let me see if you can see there. The butts on my knives, on my wah handles, aren't square. They're actually domed. There you go. Oh. Anyway, yeah. And it just took it. You can see, there you go. It took to everything beautifully. The things that I was worried about not coming out right because of the material they were a non-issue. I mean, it cost a ton in belts. The thing, I ate 12 belts total to get it to this point, but yeah, it's a stunning, stunning, stunning material. I mean, absolutely beautiful. I'm actually almost concerned that the blade isn't quite going to do it justice. As far as, I mean, the hamon is gorgeous on this blade, but the handle is just so striking that I mean, I don't know. I think they'll complement each other well. You can see that looks just like laser light on that blade, but the handle just draws your attention immediately in hand. It's got a depth that's hard to quantify in video. So I'm pretty thrilled. And I don't know if you can see the taper in it. That I did a little more taper than I initially thought I would, partially because grinding this stuff down just wasn't working. I did get it to taper, and I'm happy with the amount of taper. I'm glad I didn't take any more out now that it's mostly finished. But even square, I think it would have looked really, really good. But yeah, it's definitely, the materials impressed me. It's not that I impressed myself here. The materials just really, 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 really worked together in a way that I knew they would. But I knew they would work together. I didn't expect them to work together quite like this. The concept didn't, it didn't do this. You know what I mean? This thing is just, it's, I don't know. It's hard to describe. So I'll wait till you get it in hand and let you describe it. Anyhow, I am off to take a shower. This thing has kept my attention all night long. It's almost 5 a.m. here. And then I'll get back to it tomorrow. So I hope you like it.